Here we go, DAZN Fight fans. The following heavyweight contest is being brought to you by Salita Promotions, ToucanBit.io, Lush Lawn, Bet Online, and Tough Shed. Scheduled for 6 rounds. The referees, or the judges for this matchup, are David DeYoung, Luis Delgado, and Don Trella. Now introducing the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the gray trunks trimmed in black and silver. Standing 6 feet 3 inches tall, he weighed in at 239.6 pounds. He comes to the ring representing FHG Boxing. He holds a record of 5 wins and 3 losses, with 3 big wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of and representing Fort Worth, Texas, ladies and gentlemen, here is Jonathan the Reaper Rice. His opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks trimmed in red and white. Standing 6 feet 2 inches tall, he weighed in at 223 pounds. He comes to the ring representing Ultimate Boxing. He holds a perfect record, undefeated. 5 wins, no losses, and no draws, with 3 big wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of and representing Flint, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen, here is Sardius the Stone Simmons. Referee Patrick Smith with final fight instruction.
Okay, gentlemen, you've had your instructions. Let's have a good, clean fight. Both waistbands are right there. Touch them up, come out at the bell.
So we will begin with the heavyweights. Sardius Simmons, the undefeated fighter from Flint, Michigan. When we last saw him here on our Big Time Boxing USA series, it didn't last long. He scored a first-round knockout of Colby Madison, landed a left hook early in that fight, and sent him down. Jonathan Lee Rice comes in on a 3-fight winning streak of his own. He got a TKO win in the 4th against Dwight Gibson in his last outing.
I'm excited to see Sardius. He said in our fighter meeting that when he's in there, he has a moniker. His moniker's name is Dot, which stands for dog out time. So we're looking to see that dog get brought out tonight.
So the split personality, when I'm in there, I don't know myself. And Jonathan Lee Rice started out his career as a backyard fighter on YouTube before turning pro in 2021. Which is intriguing. And speaking of things internet related, you can join our conversation with Adam Abramowitz, the great boxing writer, on X, where he's going to be chatting about the fights. We'll also be getting his ringside score, or his scoring of these fights round by round.
Jonathan Rice says his style is to bring the pressure. He throws a lot of punches and works the body. I saw him work the body earlier. So far, it's been kind of like a filling out round for both. Not too much activity. It seems like more punches are being thrown by Jonathan Rice. There, he's trying to land the jab, trying to control that distance. So there's Simmons is waiting a little bit.
Yeah, there's Simmons switching to lefty. He frequently does that during fights, and he told us he does it, instinctively and just based on what he feels at the moment. Yeah, he's been very inactive in round 1. Normally, Simmons is a very much of a volume puncher for a heavyweight. We have a little over a minute left to go here in round number 1.
I don't think I've seen Simmons throw a single punch so far this round.
That's a big upset because he doesn't do that.
Oh, there you go. He needs to get closer. He threw some shots there, but he hasn't thrown the jab at all.
Yeah, Simmons is a natural counterpuncher. He likes to wait on the counter punches, but he definitely needs to get a bit more active here.
Yeah, normally he would be throwing much more volume than this, but he has, we've seen him several times here in this series, and has been, again, much more active. He's a fighter who was out of the ring from 2016 to 2024. He had won the Golden Gloves in 2000. 16, had double shoulder injuries, got surgery, came back in 2024. Well, now here we're seeing the combination punching of Simmons right toward the end of round number 1. Jesse Addison suggesting to Sardius Simmons more activity would be appropriate in this round. And toward the end of round 1, he was able to do it, and that's Jonathan Lee Rice. So we head into round number 2 of this 6-round heavyweight encounter. Off to a pretty good start is Jonathan Lee, who, as I mentioned, came into this fight with a 3-fight win streak. He had lost 2 of his first 3 fights as a pro, and this against the same man, Luis Valera. And since then, he's done much better. And here he backs Simmons in the corner, unable to get his punches in, but a strange position for Simmons to be in.
Yeah, Rice definitely won that first round, just by throwing more punches, being more active. Yes, Simmons might have caught him with 2 or 3 punches towards the end, but it wasn't enough. I mean, Simmons has to realize that this is a 6-round fight. I mean, he's only got 5 more rounds to go, so you don't want to be down by 1 round so far, unless he's got other plans. I know he's a counter puncher. He might be trying to set him up.
It's a very good point. Minute gone in this second round, and Rice has continued to be a little bit more active. Here comes Simmons now using a jab and staying as a lefty here in round number 2.
Al, you mentioned his 2 shoulder surgeries previously. He said that, while it changed his body, it increased his IQ. So I'm looking to see if there are any IQ moves that I can see from him, just in terms of trying to figure out Jonathan Rice.
Yeah, this is a different kind of challenge than he's faced so far when we've seen him. As we mentioned, in his last fight, he got rid of Colby Madison very quickly. Fought 5 times, did Simmons, in 2025, and he wants to stay busy this year as well to make up for all that lost time when he was away from boxing. He said, I rested a long time. I don't need to rest now.
Plus, I mean, he has that amateur background, 2-time national Golden Gloves champion. I'm really high on the amateur background, but so far, he's not using that amateur pedigree that he got into the pros. I think he's waiting a little bit too much. He's letting more punches go there. He's got to use the jab more. Every time he throws a jab, he lands. But I want to see him get a little bit more busier in there.
Now, from Jonathan Lee Rice's standpoint, this fight's going just exactly the way he wanted. Good counterpunch by Simmons and a couple more, and a nice uppercut. And Rice not landing everything there, but his initial burst in the corner was effective. And only seconds remaining here in round number 2. Again, a close round, although now Sardius Simmons is doing some very good work. Sardius Simmons.
Ironically, it seems like his best work has come from the inside.
Well, that'll do it for round number 2, and things heated up here in Grand Rapids in this heavyweight encounter. Well, the rematch is locked in. Lee Wood and Josh Warrington are going to go head-to-head again on Saturday, February 21st, live from the Motor Point Arena in Nottingham. It's a high-stakes domestic showdown in the UK, billed as the last man standing. It's the long-awaited sequel to a fight that they had in 2023. It was a classic. In that one, Wood delivered a stunning 7th-round knockout. And you can see all this live on the global home of boxing, DAZN. So the end of round 2 brought with it lots of action, and probably the best sustained action for Simmons, as Sardius Simmons started to get untracked a little bit. To that point, it had been Jonathan Lee Rice mostly doing the offensive work.
Yeah,
and we head into round 3.
I believe towards the end of the round with Simmons, you know, that was some great counterpunch, and he was fighting really good off the ropes, connecting really good shots. You know, he is from Flint, Michigan. If you remember Olympic team member Chris Bird, who was fought very well off the ropes. You know, they're both from Flint, Michigan. So hey, maybe you got it from him.
Yeah, left-hander who you could not hit when he was on the ropes. Amazing.
I'd like to see Simmons be first. It seems like he's reacting to everything as opposed to being proactive. I'm waiting for the Dot moniker to show up. He told me it was dog out time, and I'm waiting on it.
Yeah, he's normally much busier than this. And for those folks that have seen him on this series, they have seen it. And we saw it in flashes at the end of the last round. Rice said, you know, he mentioned he came in at the highest weight he's been in, tying it. And he said, you know what, though, I feel comfortable at that weight. He said, I don't feel like this is about where I'm going to land. I'm not going to get any higher. And he's shown good movement and looks nimble on his feet in this fight.
Seems like that left hand is finding the range of Simmons. You know, he's touching him with the jab, blinding him with the jab, and then he lands the left hand.
Good jab there by Simmons. This is the longest we've seen him stay as a lefty in most of his fights. And the man that Rice lost to twice, Luis Valera, is a lefty. So he has experience against a lefty. Those fights didn't go the way he wanted to. In this round, Rice not getting as much done offensively as he was in earlier.
No, he's missing a lot, and it seems like Simmons is catching his rhythm and starting to pick him apart from the outside with jabs and left hands and just being the smart fighter and a really good counterpuncher.
As Rice pushing him back against the ropes, but Simmons smartly gets away, although it ends up with a spill as he's tripped. So round 3 so far, a much better one for Sardius Simmons, and we only have a half minute left to go here in this third to reach the midway point of this 6-rounder. Good left hand by Simmons as pot shots from the outside, and so we just got seconds left to go here in the third round that for Sardius Simmons at least looks more like some of his previous matches have looked, and Jonathan Lee Rice continues to come forward.
That was a really good round for Simmons. Definitely won that round. You know, setting up the left hand, landed a big left hand right there, and then you see Rice holding on to him. Here we see Simmons again with the big left hand, the jab and the left hand really landing in this round. Seems like he's, like I said, catching his rhythm and he's getting in the flow. Maybe the dot is going to come out in the 4th round.
That's right.
We'll see.
Look at Jonathan Lee Rice. He has been fighting in the team boxing league. He said that's kind of my amateur experience. I didn't fight as an amateur. And he's had 15 rounds, which means in team boxing, you fight 1 round at a time, usually 3 or 4 times during the course of the night. It's a fun, exciting concept, and he fought in the 2025 season. They're getting ready to ramp up for the 2026 season, but it's great experience for a fighter like him at this stage in his career. So we're into round 4 of this 6-rounder. We're past the halfway point. Jonathan Lee Rice in the white trunks, 5-3, and Sardius Simmons at 5-0 in the black trunks.
Rice definitely giving Simmons the work that he needs at this stage of his career. You know, he's only been 4 rounds once where he won a unanimous decision over Demetrius Banks. He's been 6 rounds once too against Lamir Riley, but it's not an easy fight for Simmons, and this is the kind of test that you need for a fighter that's a prospect like Simmons that's coming up.
And Rice has been 6 rounds 2 times in his career so far. They're battling away here in this round. A good exchange between both these men.
Nice uppercut by Simmons.
You can tell Jonathan Lee Rice did not come here to be an opponent. He came here to win this fight. And even after round 3 didn't go his way, he's still battling away against Simmons.
Yeah,
Simmons a little sharper with his punches, though.
Yeah, definitely big heart. He keeps coming forward, but you see the skill level of Simmons is taking over. The speed, the combination punching of Simmons, the power, everything. Now it's showing why, you know, he's a young up-and-coming prospect in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, that's what we've seen from him in the past in several of his fights. And now he is showing that hand speed. And, you know, at age 32, he still feels there's plenty of time in heavyweights. Tend to mature later. Good straight left hand by Simmons.
Yeah, Simmons is countering very well. He's using the pull a lot. He likes to pull counter, and it's working.
Under a minute left to go, and Jonathan Lee Rice still trying to attack him in that corner. Not too much getting in offensively for him, so he goes downstairs. Good idea.
I think Rice needs to leave him there in the corner and pound the body. Go to the body hard, go to the arms, forget about the head, because Simmons has some good defense. He's got good movement.
And that's what Rice was trying to do there.
Yes.
So couldn't quite get it done as much as he liked. So after 2 rounds that maybe didn't go the way Sardius Simmons wanted them, for the most part anyway, he's done much better here in the 3rd and 4th. And Jonathan Lee Rice, hey, he is competing. Good left hook by Rice. One of the best punches of the fight for him.
Now what we see here, Simmons has a comfortability on the ropes and inside the corner. It seems to be a comfort zone on the inside. He's waiting to counter and just kind of pick his guy apart. He's using a lot of head movement and slips and countering over the top, and it seems like he's having some success a lot more than the earlier rounds.
Yeah, doing a very good job defensively when he's on the ropes. Very good. He's channeling his inner Chris Bird there.
Yes.
Have you ever seen a fighter more tricky against the ropes than Chris Bird? Amazing.
Just to believe, like, you know, he was a 165-pounder in the Olympics. He was my sparring partner. I sparred him at 156. You know, I was 156, and he went out to become the heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah, amazing. Staggeringly surprising at the time. All right, we head into round number 5 in this heavyweight encounter. And so far, it's been an interesting affair for sure. Good start for Jonathan Lee Rice, and Sardius Simmons coming back, the undefeated 5-0 fighter, to show his mettle in the last couple of rounds. And there's the defensive skill of Simmons, on display in 2 ways. Slips a punch and then hangs on when he doesn't want the action to go. Well, Adam Abramowitz, the great boxing writer, is our unofficial score for the evening, and we're going to take a peek at how he's got the fight scored so far. He has it 3 rounds to 1 for Simmons. He gave that 2nd round to Simmons, which was, you know, one of the closer ones, and the last 2 certainly looked like they were in Simmons' corner. So Adam's going to be giving us a scorecard. And remember to go on X, the social media site, to interact with him. He's talking to everybody there, so you can get his thoughts on the fight.
I'm looking to see how Rice's stamina holds up over the last 2 rounds here. He's gained a bit of weight since his last performance out. He weighed in almost 240 this time. So carrying the extra pounds, I'm looking forward to seeing how that fares in this round and the next.
Yeah, he said it's the highest he's weighed, but he felt like he's carrying the weight well. But you're right. We'll find out if it impacts things as these rounds go on.
Simmons needs to take advantage of that and, you know, hit the body.
Yeah.
He'd rise his body. You know, he looks a little bit, like you say, flabby, overweight, you know. So he needs to hit the body and then come upstairs.
There's Rice trying to go downstairs. And even though Simmons right in the pocket with him, but now he's exchanging and throwing, showing us that hand speed. That's the thing that makes Simmons a really interesting heavyweight. He throws good combinations and has really good hand speed. Rice battling back.
Yeah, I like the way Simmons sets his combinations up with the jab, makes him miss, and then he changes the speeds of his combination. He's like throwing flurries, then he tries to land a big shot, then he goes back to throwing flurries again and behind the jab. And he's a smart fighter. He knows what he's doing inside the ring. As you can see now, it seems like he's taking over in this fight.
Under a half minute left to go in round number 5. Another good one for Sardius Simmons, though Jonathan Lee Rice continues to fight back, and he's cranking out some good left hooks and a few right hands, but overall Simmons has done a very good job here in round number 5. And that'll do it for the 5th round. This crowd in Grand Rapids here at the arena has been enthusiastic and invested in this evening. As we're headed to the final round of this heavyweight encounter. GLC Live, an intimate venue that allows for the fans to really be a part of the action. Some of the vestiges of the offensive work there in the face of Jonathan Lee Rice that Simmons has done. So, final round of the 6-round heavyweight encounter. Jonathan Lee Rice has a 3-fight win streak that is on the line, and Simmons, of course, Sardius Simmons, undefeated after 5 fights as a pro. And after Rice got off to a pretty good start in this fight, Simmons has come on and been very effective in recent rounds.
Yeah, actually, Rice is, he knows he's down on the scorecard, so he's trying to bring it in this round, trying to go for broke. He knows he needs a knockout to win.
Probably does, unless round 2 may have gone his way. Adam scored it for Simmons, and you can't argue with that, but it was close. And so in theory, he could still be in a position where a draw might be feasible. And of course, a knockdown would change the equation either way. Both men digging big shots. Nice double left hook by Rice.
Rice's game. He's still trying to win this thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, toe-to-toe action by both fighters. And
good body work. This is exactly where he should have been 2 rounds ago, Jonathan Lee Rice, and it might have benefited him even more. But he's doing that good body work, and some of it's paying off to the head as well.
Sure
good
is.
Uppercut. It's been a very good 6th round for the most part for Rice, even though Simmons now coming back and doing good work.
Simmons is doing the best when he isn't putting everything on the shot. When he touches him slightly and then comes behind with a big shot, we're seeing some success.
Yeah, absolutely. Past the halfway mark here in this 6th round, and it's been a fun one. It's been a very interesting fight. 2 heavyweights that have, been active and have thrown some really good shots and shown us a little bit of everything. Minute left to go now in this fight.
yeah, these are the type of fights that are going to take a prospect like Simmons to the next level. I think he's going to learn from this. I think he learned a lot. He's definitely winning. And he's going to go back and learn from, what mistakes he made and what he did good. Now, that's what it's about, Al.
Now, round number 6, in my humble opinion, is a pretty close round in which you could make a case for Jonathan Lee Rice, I think, because of all the work he's done, even though Simmons has done some really good work, and there he comes back with some really good shots and an overhand right by Rice. This has been a fascinating round 6.
Yeah, this work is going to pay off for Simmons in the long run. His last fight with Kobe Madison, as we said, ended in 1 minute. He didn't get much of a test, but he's getting some rounds here and a good game opponent.
So that'll do it for this heavyweight encounter that starts our evening off in very nice fashion. It'll go to the judges' scorecard, and several of the rounds intriguing, and we'll find out what the judges thought of all of it. So Derek, the War Chisora, and Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder are set to collide on Saturday, April 4th at London's iconic O2 Arena on DAZN pay-per-view. This heavyweight showdown is fittingly titled 100. It marks a historic milestone as both fighters step into the ring for their 50th professional bouts of their careers. That one has excitement written all over it. And this one provided us with some excitement. Jonathan Lee Rice, the 28-year-old from Fort Worth, Texas, came in here and did a very good job for good portions of this fight. Whether he did enough to score a victory is in question, but he certainly was competitive in many of the rounds. And for Sardius Simmons, who wants to stay undefeated and get his 6th win as a professional, after a kind of lethargic round 1, he woke up and provided a lot of the hand speed and combination punching that we've seen from him before. So we're going to find out in a moment or two what the judges had to say about this one. Let's go up to Pete Trevino and see what happened here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put a big round of applause together for both of the fighters in the center of the ring. After 6 rounds of heavyweight action, we read the judges' scorecards. Judge DeYoung scores the matchup 58-56. Judge Delgado scores it 59-55. And Judge Trella scores the matchup 58-56, all for your winner by unanimous decision, Sardius the Stone Simmons.
So Sardius Simmons gets a unanimous decision win, and I think that those 58-56 scorecards kind of ring true, although you can make a case for the other one as well. And Sardius Simmons gets his 6th professional victory. This young man at age 32, coming back to the professional ranks after a long layoff in between his winning his national titles, and he's very happy with how this one